What if I told you that the very thing you're doing to scale your app is actually the reason it's crashing under heavy load? You've probably spent countless hours optimizing your code, adding more servers, and tweaking your database. But there's one mistake that's silently killing your performance. It's not about the tools you're using, it's about how you're using them. Ever wondered why some apps handle millions of users seamlessly while others crumble at a fraction of that? The answer might surprise you. It's not just about having the right infrastructure. It's about avoiding a common pitfall that almost every developer falls into. You see, the traditional wisdom of scaling vertically by adding more power to your servers is becoming obsolete. The real issue lies in how your application handles data and processes requests. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're running an e-commerce site, and suddenly you get a massive surge of traffic during a flash sale. Your app starts to slow down and eventually it crashes. You think it's because you need more servers, but the real culprit is something much more insidious. It's the N+1 queries problem. This is where your app makes one initial query to get a list of items, and then for each item it makes an additional query to get more details. This might seem harmless, but under heavy load it can bring your database to its knees. But that's not all. There's another silent killer lurking in your Node.js app, blocking I/O. When your app makes a request to a database or an external API, it waits for the response before moving on to the next task. This might seem logical, but in reality, it's like having a cashier at a busy store who can only serve one customer at a time while everyone else waits in line. The result? A bottleneck that slows down your entire application. And let's not forget about missing indexes in your MySQL database. Indexes are like the index in a book. They help you find information quickly. Without them, your database has to scan every single row to find what it's looking for, which is incredibly inefficient. But here's the kicker. The real problem isn't just about N+1 queries, blocking I/O, or missing indexes. It's about how these issues compound each other, creating a perfect storm that can bring your app to a grinding halt. So, what's the solution? It's not just about fixing one issue. It's about taking a holistic approach to performance optimization. You need to address N+1 queries by using techniques like eager loading or batching. You need to tackle blocking I/O by using non-blocking operations and leveraging the event loop in Node.js. And you need to ensure your database is properly indexed to speed up queries. But how do you know if you're on the right track? The proof is in the pudding. Let's take a look at a real-world demo. Imagine we have an app that's struggling with performance issues. We identify the N+1 queries problem, fix it using eager loading, and suddenly our app is handling requests much faster. But we don't stop there. We also tackle blocking I/O by refactoring our code to use non-blocking operations. And finally, we add the necessary indexes to our database. The result? A benchmark that shows a significant improvement in performance. Our app is now handling more requests per second, and the response times are much faster. But here's the thing. This isn't just about fixing problems, it's about changing your mindset. It's about understanding that scalability isn't just about adding more servers. It's about writing efficient code and optimizing your database. It's about realizing that the tools you're using are only as good as the way you're using them. So, the next time you're faced with a performance issue, don't just throw more hardware at it. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and ask yourself, am I making the scalability mistake that everyone makes but no one talks about? Because if you are, it's time to change your approach. It's time to start thinking about performance optimization in a whole new way. And remember, the journey to a high-performing app isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about continuously learning, adapting, and improving. So, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep optimizing. Because in the world of backend performance, there's always room for improvement. And who knows? The next big breakthrough in your app's performance might just be one optimization away. But don't just take my word for it. Try it out for yourself. Take a look at your app, identify those N+1 queries, tackle that blocking I/O, and add those missing indexes. And then run a benchmark. See the difference for yourself. Because sometimes the best way to learn is by doing. And sometimes the best way to improve is by challenging the status quo. So go ahead, challenge it. Because in the world of scalability, the status quo is just another word for not good enough.